I want to thank you for stopping in and watching this video. My name is Anthony Richardson, and I'm a minority-owned fire alarm and security company here in New York City. We are licensed by New York State to install and maintain fire alarm and security systems. And in this video today, I'm going to show you how you can clip on easy Cat5e connectors on Cat5e cables. The same thing applies if you're going to use Cat6 cable as well. What I like to use is the Easy Crimp or the Easy Cat5e crimpers because it allows the cables to go through the connector, so that way I can make sure I have my colors lined up right before I crimp them down. So I have my connectors, I have my strippers, and I have my Platinum Tools, the Easy Crimp stripper. These are the only ones that will work with these types of connectors, and I have my Cat5 cable. So what we want to do is you ran your cable from the NVR to the storage room or to outside, wherever you ran your cable, and now it's time for you to put your crimp connectors on. So how I do this is there's plenty of different tools you can use. You can use a stripper tool that they made specifically for Cat5e cables, but I like what works best for me is just a regular pair of Klein strippers. So I strip it back about 2 inches, and after I strip it back, just to make sure I didn't nick any cables on the inside, I use this thread and I come back another inch just to give me some clean cable. Now, there are people out there that could do this much faster in much better ways, but this is the way I do it to make sure I bat 1,000 every time I put a connector on. After I make my cut, I shorten the cables up a little bit, and the color code goes like, you can Google the color code for how to crimp a Cat45 connector, but how this one goes is white orange. It's going to be white orange orange. Then our next cable is going to be white green. All this is just sending video and power across this one cable plugged into one connector. So instead of running 2 cables, the technology we have now with IP digital cameras is that we could just run one cable, plug it into a PoE switch, which is a power over Ethernet switch. It will send power and video over one cable, and then the camera will send this video back over into the NVR. So you got white green, the next color would be blue, and then it would be white blue, and then it would be green. Then our last set of cables is the brown. So we go white, brown, brown. And like I said, you can Google it to see how these actual color codes go, but I'll leave a color code description on the screen so that way you can see exactly the colors that I'm using. So once we get our color codes correct, we chop it down again, about finger length, make sure everything is nice and straight. And when you put the connector on, make sure it's face down with the nipple down. You want to do this on both sides. And let me show you why I like the Easy Crimp. So once we slide the cables in, now our cables come up, we see exactly the color codes to make sure we are exactly right with the color codes for this particular connector. Now, once we get that, then we pop it in on the other side. Now we have a nice connector. Let me just do the other side real quick. So now that I have my cable with the tips both down, I know my cable is correct. You could actually use a tester from one side to the other to make sure that no cables are crossed, no cables are broken, just to make sure your cable is connected. Or you could plug it into the camera, plug it into your PoE switch, and if you get a link light and a power light, then you can put your cables on or your connectors on correctly. So that's how you would crimp down a Cat45 EZ for Cat5e cable. The same thing also applies to Cat6 cable. So with a little practice, you'll be able to get better and better as time goes along. So that's the end of this video. My name is Anthony Richardson. You could click the link in the description to join the secure community where I post articles to help you when it comes to fire alarm, security systems, camera systems, access control system, burglar alarm systems, monitoring. I try to help you with small little tips to prevent you from calling a service company so that way they can charge you all this money. So I'm trying to save you some money. So click the link in my description, join the secure community. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments so that way I could answer them, help you out so you can help me. I appreciate you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.